crazy.
Hey, it's team evening from the scariest place in Seattle.
Yeah, we'll visit a haunted Seattle saloon where the rumor is they have more spirits than just those at the bar.
And meet a Northwest doll who would give Chucky nightmares.
And we'll visit a city that's terrorized by grave robbers.
I'm being terrorized by your accent. Plus, we'll meet a woman whose camera sees dead people.
Happy Halloween from the Georgetown Morgue, the Cube 93 Haunted House.
I cannot take you seriously right now. You are not scary. This place, though, is super scary.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not looking at the guy behind me.
We thought tonight we would hang out with you while you're handing out Halloween candy.
And, of course, we couldn't miss the opportunity to do a little dress up ourselves.
Oh, you're dressed up?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a costume.
Michael, tell us about your little outfit.
I am Buddy the Elf.
Yeah, I figured that.
I love syrup.
I love syrup, too, but I also love sriracha. So I believe in DIY costumes. So this is, I'm a bottle of sriracha, complete with sriracha shoes.
Very
from
nice.
Hourglass Shoes in Ballard, by the way. Yeah.
And from Champion Party Supply, same place that
right.
Buddy the Elf
Thanks,
came
guys.
from.
I'm John Lennon, Sgt. Pepper Lonely Hearts Club Band era. We hope you will enjoy
The show.
Oh, man. I am a... I can't even do it. I can't even do it. I can't do a French accent. I am a musketeer, and I am here to avenge the death of my father. You shall prepare to die.
Well, this is a good place to do that. There are a lot of,
I don't know.
a lot of scary
bad.
stories that you may have heard about this place. We're going to kind of keep it family friendly.
Yes,
Give it a shot.
for sure.
That's right, they can customize their haunts here, but on a typical night, you hear an awful lot of blood-curdling screams.
Sorry.
I can't tell if that last guy was laughing because he was having a great time or because
Yeah.
he was terrified.
Probably both.
Well, you might need a drink after all that, especially you.
He's had enough.
And there's a place in Seattle that's supposedly haunted.
That's right, a lot of supernatural things supposedly happen at this location. 1921, First Avenue. The building that...
Welcome back to the Cube Haunted House at the Seattle Morgue.
This has been ranked one of the top 30 haunts in the entire nation, and it's just right here in Seattle.
It is the home of all of Kim's favorite scary people.
Like scary clowns.
She hates scary clowns.
Look him in the eye.
No,
Look him in the
I'm
eye.
not looking. No, I'm not looking. No.
You know, earlier this week I got to talk to Leonard Maltin about his favorite scary movies. But you know what really scares him? Listen to this.
I get a little upset when big thuggish teenagers come to my door and won't even go through the bother of saying trick or treat. They just hold out a pillowcase and go, ugh.
So Leonard raises a good point. I mean, how old is too old to be trick-or-treating?
Oh, I would say scary clowns.
I think Jim just wet himself, and I
Jim?
had a small cardiac event.
I would
Totally
say
backfired. You know,
getting back to our topic.
wait, I knew that surprise was coming, and I'm the one who ended up screaming like a girl.
Oh,
gonna
that's
be okay?
classic.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So, how old is too old to trick or treat?
Well, let's get our breath back and
I
discuss
would
this,
say-
you know?
All right. I'm thinking 16. If you can drive a car,
Okay.
Yeah.
you shouldn't be out trick or
You
treating.
all right, Kim?
No, I'm not okay.
That was
You
terrifying.
love scary clowns.
You know what? Halloween, let me make an observation if I may, once I dry off. It's the only holiday that is taken away from people, right? Because
Yeah.
Thanksgiving,
I suppose.
Easter,
In a way,
Christmas,
yeah.
you know, no
Yeah.
other holiday did they say, okay, now you can't
You
have
know
that
why he's
holiday.
saying this?
Because
He's
he's
still
going to be out
trick-or-treats.
trick-or-treating, yes.
He trick or
In
treats.
that-
Full-size candy bars, please.
Well, I think I have to agree with you. I'm still sort of shaking too, and I sort of was responsible for setting that whole thing up.
Really?
And
Yeah.
I know, it was terrifying. You know what? Let's turn the page.
Let's
here.
turn the page.
Something less scary, please.
I hope so. We're
Yeah.
going to talk to kids about what they think of Halloween, and as they show us their Halloween costumes. That's tonight's Small Talk.
I like that they were using trick or treat, smell my feet.
You
It's
like
a classic.
Old school. That's good.
We'll be back after we change our underwear.
Mandy, the haunted doll. Later.
So Leonard raises a good point. I mean, how old is too old to be trick-or-treating?
I would say,
Are we okay now?
I think we're okay. I think we're
better.
okay. So welcome back to this particularly haunted edition of Evening Magazine. We're at the Cube Haunted House at the Georgetown Morgue.
and most of us only think about ghosts occasionally, like perhaps tonight.
Yeah, but Jim met a woman ghost wherever she goes.
That is true. In fact, she has a photo album full of them.
Don't hit a dead man. So what do you think, Jim? Because I could go with operator error on this
Yeah.
one.
Normally, I don't believe in stuff like this normally, but here's the weird thing that happened. I had my son along with me on that shoot, and just to keep him busy, gave him a camera, and he was taking pictures. And then he said, "Hey, Dad, look at this." All of his pictures had those little orbs floating through them. He went to the sections where she said, "That's where you find the ghost," and he found the ghost.
Wow.
Interesting.
Well, Adrian does tell us that those little orb ghosts are actually friendly.
That's nice.
That's what she
good
says.
news.
As friendly as Buddy.
Oh, not as friendly as Buddy, though.
Nobody's as
Does anyone
friendly
have
as
any
Buddy.
syrup? I would like some syrup.
Let's take it back to the dark side again,
All
shall
right,
we? Because it's
sure.
the night to do that, and there's no better night than this one to talk about grave robbers and ghosts and stories like that.
That's right. That's a story I got to dig up in Edinburgh, Scotland. It's my friend. Now you know why graveyard tours and ghost tours are such a big deal in Edinburgh, Scotland.
They are also a big deal here in Seattle. There are year-round ghost tours here in our city.
The Cube Haunted House is a seasonal business, but there are employees here who work year-round. It is a family-run business.
Right, which you might not think because you see the Cube branding. That's the sponsor. This is all run by a family.
And Scott and Deanna have done this for 20 years. In that time, they say they've scared 500,000 people.
That does sound like a big number, but coming from an elf, you got to believe it.
That's right. I wouldn't lie.
Welcome back to the show from the Cube Haunted House at the Georgetown Morgue.
Now we're going to bring you a story that has always haunted Evening Magazine. It's in the Quesnel Museum in British Columbia.
Yes, and that is where curator Ruth Stubbs introduced reporter Josephine Chang to Mandy.
You know, I will never hear that beautiful Barry Manilow song again without thinking of that wretched doll.
I know, she was very creepy. Hey, we want to thank all of our friends here at the Cube Haunted House. It's been a joy, a treat. Oh, I can't look at
Thank you,
him.
Brenda.
Dateline NBC is next.
Clown in next to
Happy
Kim.
Halloween,
Get in,
everybody.
right here.
Tune
Do you
in
have
for the
syrup?
clown next
Anyone
week,
have any
please.
syrup?
No,
You guys
is
have
he next
syrup?
to me? He's next to me.
Happy Halloween.
Good night.